Today we have some of the most mysterious paranormal footage, disturbing stories, weird aerial phenomenon, type of stuff you would see in a science fiction movie and make you question everything. Alright guys, we got some type of crazy anomaly going on in the skies of Los Angeles.
I have no idea what this is. Valentine's Day night. Guys, check this out. Hey, there's something in the sky, and you guys gotta see this. Let me know if you can see it. Hold on. Do you see this?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't that crazy?
Circle?
You got photos, really clear.
That's super clear.
Wait,
Yeah, this definitely is a mystery. Maybe it was like one of those pilots, you know, that like draw stuff in the sky with smoke, but you know, this is nighttime and it's like this stuff is glowing. Almost like a pilot was up there doing donuts or something, you know.
That man that said he was kidnapped by dolphins had to be telling the truth. The man that said he was kidnapped by dolphins and taken underwater to build an underwater city had to be telling the truth. And how do I know? Because I went down a rabbit hole and look at the shit that I found. Another person, not the same person, saying a similar story that happened in Florida as well. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. Listen to this man.
This is the story of a group of dolphins I met in Tampa Bay. I am a high-ranking, let's just say, member of a military organization that is centered in Tampa Bay. It was 2018.
Listen to the year.
I was doing some training near our base, actually, and we were swimming. And this group of dolphins was swimming around us, and we saw that very frequently. But one of them grabbed me by my foot and pulled me under. And when he pulled me under, he pulled me into like a cave. But when we got into the cave, it was filled with oxygen.
How far is a dolphin gotta carry you till you get to an underwater cave with oxygen inside it? What's going on here? Did this dolphin take him to Atlantis?
Sounds strikingly similar to the other guy, right? Let me refresh your memory. Florida man, swimming in the ocean. 3 dolphins approach him, take him out to the middle of the sea, pull him down 40 feet under. This man said he was underground for 3 days straight with no oxygen. Back to the video. Hear the rest.
And so I got up out of the shallow pool that he had drugged me into, and there were hundreds of children in this cave. And they spoke some weird language that I've never heard anything like that. They were obviously human. They were obviously just children, but they were all in this cave. And the dolphins would sit in that puddle and just stare at us.
The video is much longer than that. What I will tell you is everything that those dolphins said to him, that man understood. That man said it was children down there with him. Children that didn't speak English, but were human. He also said that he was in a cave filled with oxygen. And the craziest thing, he said he touched something on the wall that glowed. And when he took his hand off of it, his hand was glowing. There is a reason why they tell us to stay away from the dolphins. There is a reason why they do not want us communicating with dolphins. I don't know, but this Gerald the Dolphin story, I'm starting to believe more and more. Do your own research. Go down a rabbit hole. I'm out.
All right, let's go ahead and go down that rabbit hole then. All right, guys, I believe this was the original story that he was referring to. I haven't seen it yet, so let's see what's going on.
Florida man claims to have been kidnapped by dolphins and forced to build an underwater city. The man was found early Monday morning on the side of a beach in Lee County, soaking wet, dehydrated, and confused. When deputies arrived, he was drawing detailed diagrams in the sand. According to the man, a pod of dolphins took him while he was swimming and brought him to a place about 40 feet under the surface. He said they forced him to help build underwater structures. He told deputies the dolphins communicated with him using clicks. He said the group had a leader named Gerald who somehow helped him breathe underwater, possibly by creating an airspace.
Gerald? What if this actually happened and Gerald just knew no one would believe him after this happened? That'd be a heck of a plot twist, wouldn't it?
The man spent 3 days working on what he described as cities, towns, and condo-like structures. When the dolphins were satisfied with his work, they sent him back to the surface and told him they would return for phase 2. Medical staff treated him for dehydration, but found no signs of head injury or mental confusion. Tests showed seawater and marine particles in his lungs, suggesting he had been deep underwater for a long time without typical lung damage. This was unusual and raised questions for doctors. The man holds a master's degree in aerospace engineering and has experience with deep-sea technology, which he says is why the dolphins chose him. Some people think the story is false, but the physical evidence has made others curious. Let me know what you think.
All right, guys, we have the official report. Florida man found sunburned and disoriented. He told officers the dolphin communicated him through a series of clicks and eventually learned to interpret, and that the project foreman was a dolphin he referred to as Gerald. How do you make this stuff up? And I want to see some of the deep water technology they claimed he was working on. You guys hear about what they say about dolphins, right? You're not going to believe this. You guys aren't going to believe what people are online are saying about dolphins. Check this out.
It's about dolphin-assisted births that they don't want you to know. This is Igor Charkowski, and he's assisted in thousands of dolphin-assisted births. Apparently, the dolphins would just take over the birthing process. They would swim around the mother and use sonar, which would somehow relax the mother and child to give birth with no pain or fear. There's actually a video online of a dolphin-assisted birth, and you could see how much more quick and painless it looks. It gets crazier than even this, though. There are thousands of testimonials of babies being born under dolphin-assisted births and being far more advanced than the average child. For example, they could talk and walk earlier than the average child. And apparently, most of them have IQs over 150, plus extremely stable emotional bodies and strong physical bodies. It is hypothesized that during the birthing process, the dolphins heal and boost the systematic function of these babies by telepathically communicating with them. Dolphins really are magical creatures and are extremely intelligent. Let me know what you think in the comments.
You know, with all this crazy stuff that's going on with these dolphins, you know, I'm surprised that they were communicating with a series of clicks and wasn't using sonar. You know what I'm saying? What a rabbit hole this is.
Honestly not sure why, but 6 women in the 90s wanted to give birth with the dolphins. They wanted a dolphin-assisted birth. One of them's name was Sarah, and she was the OG of the group because when they got to Israel, where they were at this resort and dolphin sanctuary, the government found out about it and said, hell no, that is absolutely dangerous. You might get an infection. The baby might get an infection. Y'all might get attacked by a wild animal in the ocean. You could not give birth with the dolphins, right? 5 women backed out and said, fine, okay, we cave. Sarah said, hell no, I'm still doing this. She went into labor at midnight, went down to the beach with her husband and this other midwife / doctor. I'm really not sure what she was. Anyways, they had a heated pool with a glass bottom that they put into the Red Sea. And the dolphins all congregated around Sarah while she gave birth to a little boy named Samuel. It took about 3 hours. The baby came out healthy. There were no complications, which hallelujah, because if you've ever had a baby, you know that you want to be in a hospital because there's a lot of complications that can go wrong. Sarah was just above all that, though. She ain't give a shit. Sarah even said that she was petting on these dolphins while she was in labor with her baby. I can't imagine a crazier birth story, and I bet those 5 women that missed out were so damn jealous. But this isn't the only story of a dolphin-assisted birth. However, it is the only story I can find of it actually going down and it actually happening. A lot of women have wanted to do dolphin-assisted births, but they couldn't do it for some reason or another, like this chick in Hawaii wanted to do it. But unfortunately, she went into labor while on land, so her baby wasn't able to speak dolphin upon birth like she thought it would.
Ladies, tell me what you think about this. Would this be something you would consider? Fellas, would you let your wife do that? Drop it in the comments below.
A popular story shared about Igor was that he was assisting a woman's birth in the Red Sea. While she was giving birth, 3 dolphins swam up and pushed everybody who was assisting her birth out of the way. The dolphins then began calling and using sonar. The woman stated that she had no pain and she was able to go into a hypnotic state of mind. and she wasn't anxious or nervous about giving birth at all. Did you know that dolphin-assisted childbirth is a thing? I just heard about it and I plummeted down this rabbit hole. In no way am I making this video to bash anybody's cultural, spiritual, religious beliefs. I just find this so fascinating and I wanted to share what I found on it. This is made for entertainment purposes only, so always be sure to do your own research. So there's this guy named Igor, and he's considered the water birth pioneer. He's assisted so many water births. Igor believes that there's brain shock caused by gravity when a woman gives birth. He says that this shock that all babies endure when they are birthed on land puts trauma and doesn't allow humans to use their brain to its full capacity. It's said that dolphins are extremely brilliant. Igor believes that one of the reasons why dolphins are so brilliant and able to use their brains in all of its capacity is because they don't have to deal with that same brain shock due to gravity at birth. There are thousands of testimonies from parents who had dolphin-assisted childbirths, and they say that those babies born are extremely brilliant. They're way more advanced than the average baby, and a common trend amongst these babies is that they're ambidextrous. Sounds so awesome, but there are some risks and downsides. When dolphin-assisted birth became a popular trend, there's people who took advantage of the situation by putting dolphins in captivity. They were charging pregnant women anywhere from $8,000 to $250,000 for them to give birth with their dolphins. Some women chose to go directly to the Red Sea to give birth unassisted in this water instead of going to a place that had dolphins in captivity. Doctors have said that this brings extremely high risks and shouldn't be done. What are your thoughts on dolphin-assisted birth? Would you ever consider it, or do you think it's just completely out?
You know, just looking at this video clip, just how this dolphin is interacting with this lady, you know, he's being gentle, like he understands the assignment, you know what I'm saying? How cool would this be to ride with dolphins?
Watch this.
Serampingan guys, serampingan. Woi. Woi. Rayu. Kain lah, kain mang.
Some things that really surprised me about the manta ray when I started kind of doing some research after seeing this video is just how big they actually are. You can tell in this video this is a big animal, but what I've seen is that they can get to be 29 feet across on their wingspan, which is a full 10 yards across. And the craziest part is they weigh up to 3,000 pounds. Now, if you think about, let's say, a bison, those weigh up to 2,000 pounds. This manta ray weighs 1,000 pounds more than a bison. And I think that's kind of hard to judge when they're in the water and they're swimming and they look very graceful and kind of like they're floating in the water. And you see a bison on the foot and you think that's a big animal. This manta ray weighs 1,000 pounds more than a bison, which absolutely blew my mind. One more thing that really surprised me about these is that they actually have the biggest brain of any fish in the ocean, in size-wise. They put the brain to use because they have been known to recognize themselves in mirrors, so they actually have self-recognition. Watch this.
I had no idea manta rays were this big. Looks like a jet plane under the water, flapping. Boat crew film a siren, terrifying siren chasing them.
They're still on us! Faster! Listen! Oh my god, look at that! Hold on! Right there! She almost grabbed it! Go! Throttle wide! Now! Hang on back there! Throttle wide! They're still coming! They're falling behind! Keep it up! Don't let up! They're still on us! Faster! Listen! Oh my god, look at that! Hold on! Right there! She almost grabbed it! Go! Grabbed it! Go!
I'm gonna see if I can freeze frame it on one. There it is. I freeze framed it. Look at that. It looks like a little monkey or something with black eyes with a mermaid tail.
God put a limit on how far you can go in the waters. So they say, oh, we only explore only 5% of the waters. We only explore 5% of the ocean. It's only because they're only allowed to explore 5% of the ocean, or less probably. And here's why. In the book of Job, God says that he put a limit on the seas and on the waters. Hold on. Chapter 38 of the book of Job, it says, this is God speaking to Job. He says, who shut in the sea with doors when it burst forth and issued from the womb? When I made the clouds its garment and the thick darkness its swaddling band. When I fixed my limit for it and I set bars and doors. When I said, this is as far as you may come, but no further. And here your proud waves must stop. God is saying that he put a limit in the waters. Hold on. Above, below. He not only put a limit on the waters, he put a limit on the skies. I won't go too deep, but listen to me. Listen to me. Y'all are here with me. There is a limit on how far we can go. There's a limit here and there's a limit there. You just heard, this is from God's mouth. He is speaking back to Job about his omnipotence. He's telling Job, who am I that I do these things?
Omnipotence. I love that word. Omnipotence.
I want to see the verse again. Probably not. But what I'm saying is God put a limit on it. They can't. Y'all think that humans have the ability to do whatever they want. They don't. They don't. They don't. I'll leave this with you. I'll leave this with you. That's all I'm going to say. I'll leave this with you. Very interesting. And this wasn't even playing. I just looked to my left and it was right there. Praise God.
No, we really don't know how deep these waters actually are and what's really under here.
I listen.
Nah, I'm not too sure what's going on here, but they kind of look like they have shark teeth, don't they? Like, are these mummified vampires, some of them? Look at the elongated head as well. What exactly is going on? I found intact mummies inside a cave. Is it just me, or was he having fun with that? That was all wrist action. Did you see that? He hit him with a 10-piece combo. That was at least a 5-piece. You know? The true story of Jack and the Beanstalk.
Hey Jack, you better hang on to that beanstalk, because I'm about to chop it all the way down. And by chopping, I mean exposing. Exposing what this fable is really about. You see, this story isn't about some magical beans or a beanstalk, or even a boy named Jack. It's about giants. But not this kind of giant. This kind of giant. The giant the size of mountains, who in fact might just happen to be the mountains. Now, if you stick with me for just another minute, I'm going to prove to you that these giants existed. And it all started in Genesis 6:4, when it talks about how there were giants in the earth in those days, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men and created the Nephilim. And the Nephilim, they weren't 20 or even 25 feet tall. They were 3 miles tall. But these giants, they became perverse and started eating everything and everyone and even each other. So God, in preparation for the flood that was going to wipe out all of humanity and all of the giants, to start fresh with the seed of Noah, sent down the watchers to chop down the giant trees that I will show you. And it says, the watchers, the Holy One, came down from heaven saying, cut down the tree and destroy it, but leave the stump with its roots in the ground. The reason they were doing this, so the giants didn't have an escape. They couldn't climb, and the less trees, the less giant trees, the less oxygen there would be in the air. So these giant beings would suffocate if they didn't drown. Now, you might not realize there's evidence of all these giant trees, but you will in a second, like this one. That's Devil's Tower, that literally this stump is 900 feet tall. And all you have to do is open your eyes and look, and you will see that these giant trees and their remnants and their stumps that were left behind are everywhere, all over this flat realm we live in. And in New Mexico, at a place called Momo's Wing, they just happened to leave one of those tools that these giant watchers were using to cut down these giant trees. Now, so far, you might just think I'm off my rocker, but this is where it gets fun. And this is where I convince you these guys existed, because the evidence is all around us. All you have to do is look at these giant rock formations and turn them to a vertical plane, and it's clear as day to see that not only are these rock formations the titans of old, but you can see that they are literally dying, suffocating for air and trying to get their last breath. And you can find images and peaks like this that look like nothing, like I said, until you turn them to the vertical plane and you see their faces. And they exist everywhere. Literally dozens upon dozens upon dozens of mountain peaks where all you do is turn them vertical and you see clear as day. And not only that, ones that are easy to see even while they're laying down gasping for air, but some of them may have had pets, because I don't know about you, but I see a dog face there. Maybe some sort of lizard dragon, I don't know. And
I was going to say iguana.
As always, they put the truth right in plain sight.
Sharp! Jack raced to the beanstalk and slid down. He could feel the stalk shake as the giant began climbing down. Luckily, his axe was nearby, and he began chopping down the beanstalk. The beanstalk shook and cracked under the weight of the giant and Jack's chopping. Finally, the stalk snapped, and the giant fell to earth, never to be seen again. Jack
and for some more evidence, just look at what some of these petrified rocks actually look like.
Jack and the Beanstalk, was it really about cutting down these ancient petrified trees so they couldn't climb? That's deep.
So as I always say, you can go on believing the mainstream narratives and the fables they feed us, or you can decide to seek truth and real knowledge and understand that this place that we live, this place we call Earth, is nothing like they want you to believe. And the sooner you figure it out, the sooner we all get our power back. I hope you enjoyed story time for today. And as always, I hope you know this was only for entertainment. I'm just here to be a satire account and give you guys enjoyment and laughs.
Wow, mind blown. For entertainment purposes only, of course. Do your own research on everything.
Oh yeah.
This is not AI, this is real. This is a very rare sun candle phenomenon. Refers to an optical effect where sunlight interacts with the ice crystals in the atmosphere. Make it looking like a raindrop portal. I'll be jumping through it.
What the What the is that?
God. Holy, you're recording, right?
Yeah. What is that?
Johnny! Holy shit.
What the?
There's a UFO.
You guys have to see this.
Come.
Oh, we're sleeping.
It's twisting. What the fuck? Come.
Look at that.
I can't even see.
Look in the sky.
Oh.
I can't even see. It just twisted. It wasn't like that before.
Oh my god, I thought the house was on fire.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Look, literally.
Oh my god. I can't see anything. I don't have my glasses on.
I'll show you the video. What the
Watch your mouth. Look at this. Look at this UFO. I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably get everybody. Y'all checking this out. Look at the sky. The best thing you can do is record. This is a good one. This, you can see the UFO distorting the reality around it. Channeling the ether. What if it is channeling the ether? How crazy would that be? It's gotta charge up for a little bit. This is what a $208,000 horse looks like and how it's supposed to perform. Hit it. Hit. 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 If I was doing that, I'd be yelling hit every time I turn. Getting into it. You ain't going nowhere, bucko. Hit. 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 Wow. Super yacht parties. Take your shoes off before you come on this hardwood grain. Oh my goodness. I feel like I shouldn't even be watching this. Is this boat top shelf? I ain't even see the names. SS Minnow Johnson.
Whoa, he's right here. Ready?
Holy shit.
He's coming around. He's coming around. Coming for it. Coming for it. Holy. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck.
Whoa, he's right here.
That looked like a bluefin tuna, but at first I thought it was a great white. That buck got rabies or something. Something doesn't look right. Zombified buck. What's up with his horns? That doesn't look natural. Like they've been shaved. Alright, y'all. Something chasing my man in these trees. He don't know what it is, so let's figure it out.
Now, was something stalking this man while he went fishing? He said that he felt like something was watching him, and he also heard something walking around, and this is what he saw. Now, what is that up there? Are those branches just put in an oddly shape? Or could it be a Bigfoot camouflaging itself, or even some other creature? Now, you let me know what you think it is.
Those trees do look super weird.
Now this next video is creepy. What is that looking through the window? Is it some type of creature in disguise? Or is it just part of a tree that just looks like a face?
I was going to say a bee's nest, but I do see the eyes, the nose, the mouth.
Now I don't even know how to describe this next video. What is that? Is that AI generated or is it some kind of creature we've never seen before?
That has to be AI. This is what you get when a velociraptor and an ostrich have a baby. If you thought you weren't going to get another excellent specimen of the day, think again. All right. If you guys thought I didn't have another extraordinary piece for you today, I want you to take a look at this one. This one popped up and I was like, man, I got to show you guys. What would you name it? What's the first thing going through your mind if you had to name this specimen? From a tourmaline from Brazil. You tell me. I'm going to have to go with alien satellite. But it's truly alien satellite on a croissant. Hey, that's what it is. A croissant alien satellite. You can't make this stuff up.
Y'all check this video out of back engineering of an extraterrestrial craft. Now, allegedly, this video was leaked by a whistleblower in 1983. Tell me what y'all think about this. Y'all check this video out.
It looked like it had two different designs. Look how it's like it's morphing or something.
There's nothing really like.
Anyone else see these weird lights in Phoenix last night?
Look at the plane underneath it. You can see the plane.
That thing is massive.
Yep.
Missiles. Obviously, if they were missiles, they would be gone by now.
And more pure too. And they're in the front line.
Missiles would be brighter too. That's too big for it to be.
What are they doing?
What is this kid doing?
It looks like a TR-3B, if you ask me.
See them all popping.
No, is it me or does that look like a symbol? I've seen that before.
Whatever is in the sky is really happening because these people are parked and posted, enjoying the light show.
Is that like a plane to the very right of it?
To the bottom.
No, like to the very right that looks like it's like getting closer
Now they're forming a
to it.
circle slash square.
It also looks like the fourth light appeared. It's changing formations as well. It's getting ready for hyperdrive.
Bro, did you just see that?
It looks like there's some drones around it. Things are moving like drones. Look, the bottom one's starting to fade away.
This is a long one. It's an event going on. Look, you got this little streamer UFO getting closer to it.
Bro, do you see that? That's a plane. That is nothing compared to it.
Yeah, the planes are under it, landing.
You could send this to...
Are you at your house? Can you go outside and look towards the northeast and see if you see some lights? You know, like the cemetery?
Hey, no!
Come on, rookie. You're gonna start a wildfire.
A fourth light has appeared. Forget that. Wow.
See, that one that was to the right is over there now. Now it's with it.
No, it's a plane. They're just sitting there.
No, it's hanging out with it now. Now it's...
No, you're looking at it through your
Look
phone.
at now that one to the left is disappearing. Now it's gone.
No, it's moving away. I just... Yo, what the? What the? Bro, what was that?
Now it's like moving away from it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We're out at the cemetery on the reservation. So behind things.
Bro, did you just see that? It was so faint, but I saw it.
It looks like there's another one over there, like by itself.
Yeah, but it would be like your house probably
over there.
You can see planes going underneath it, and they're way bigger than
Phoenix, you gotta tell us what's going on. Did anybody see this last night?
Departing from it. I saw something depart from the left one, and it literally went so fast up, like nothing could beat that speed.
Look at now that one at the bottom is like gone. Now it's just the two.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's over there.
Over where?
To the left.
I see it.
How did it get over there that fast?
Bro, not even a plane could get there that fast.
So now,
Bro, now the
one's
world's
going way
ending.
left or way west, and two, and then one's going way
Now the one on top is like going away.
Yeah.
They're all going away.
I've been figuring it, and I want to get some closer. And that's where your house is at.
They're disappearing.
Yeah, now
They're all gone.
Only two.
You can faintly see that one to the very right.
And there's a plane up there.
And that's it. Y'all tell me what's going on here. What type of UFO? I thought it was a TR-3B at first, but then they fooled us, and then they going all in different directions. I don't know.
We are deep in the forest here in Ireland, and we found a cult sanctuary that's now abandoned. This is one of the statues. Look at this zombie. We just came up to another one. Look at this. Again, all you hear is the crows. The leaves are changing, and these abandoned statues in the forest are just appearing. This one has another skull on it, and it's going through the heart or the neck of this person, and it's stabbing through the back. This one's really scary. This looks like a demon, judging by the fingernails, or the devil is grabbing a kid and bringing him down into the ground. You can tell this has not been used or maintained. There's moss growing on the statue, cobwebs on his eyes. It's one of the freakiest things I've seen in the forest that's abandoned ever. I mean, even the path is all ruined and broken. So right now we're trying to find more of these sculptures in the woods. We don't know to go that way or to go this way. This way looks like it brings you out of the woods. We want to keep finding more sculptures and these creepy things in the woods. We just found another statue. This one's different. It has people's names carved into it. And there's Egyptian hieroglyphics right on the bottom. Now it looks like we're coming up to something like the statue of all, like with a, I don't know, what is that? It's a finger. It says create or die on it, on the finger. From way down there. The heck's that mean? Create or die. It is a massive index finger. Create or die. There's the finger. So this is a fasting Buddha. The skeleton is supposed to represent him no longer eating, and it pretty much means like he doesn't care about materialistic things anymore. And that's what I got out of this. Now, we have been using Google Satellite on our phones to navigate through these forests, finding these statues. It's a pretty dense forest. But now we came across this path, which I don't know if it's going to bring us anywhere. There's a way to go this way, and there's a way to go that way. So, I don't know. There's a Buddha or some sort down over there. Look at that. We did find a rowboat, but there's no rowing stuff. Just an empty boat now. We are deep in the forest here in Ireland, and we found a cult sanctuary.
Forget ghost hunting. He said we're exploring a cult sanctuary. All those different art pieces was definitely a mystery. Now, I'm not really too sure what's going on here, but I feel like some type of portal's about to open.
Он устойчивый. Он устойчив.
Очень.
Like a arc reactor. Kind of hypnotizing, isn't it? Like, I can watch that for a couple hours. We have an abandoned castle in Scotland. All right, we got some graffiti, some extraordinary art. Wow. Feels like a level in a video game. This is giving me Kailasa Temple vibes. I would say whatever was responsible for Kailasa Temple probably did this as well on the side of this mountain by the looks of it. That's why it's our job to dive in and figure it out. Are dragons real?
Did dragons exist? Now you're probably thinking, of course not. But after this video, you might think a little bit more about it. Watch until the end to be possibly convinced. So Marco Polo, the great European explorer, went to China in the 1700s. And when he came back home, he wrote about what he experienced while he was in China for about 17 years. Now, in a certain region in China, Marco wrote, "Here are found snakes and huge serpents 10 paces in length and 10 spans in girth. That's 50 feet long and 100 inches wide. Near the head, they have 2 short legs, each with 3 claws, as well as eyes larger than a loaf. The jaws are wide enough to swallow a man, the teeth are large and sharp, and their whole appearance is so formidable that neither man nor any kind of animal can approach them without terror." This does eerily describe this drawing from ancient China. And here's another ancient drawing from China, but this isn't even the crazy part that most people haven't thought of. The Chinese calendar. You have 11 commonly known animals, and then you have the dragon.
I was just about to say that. Why would they have all real animals besides the dragon? It makes you think, were they really flying around at one time?
Here is some more ancient art from China.
Or they still are, we just can't see them because they're so far away. Migrated to different lands.
China, depicting dragons yoked up to chariots.
We see how birds fly and they migrate south for a winter. You got birds that'll fly from Canada all the way to, what is it, South America? What if dragons did the same thing but on a bigger scale and they just flew far, far away? That might be part of the reason why they put the Antarctic Treaty. That might be one of the reasons.
Which is what Marco described in his book, that yes, they sometimes would actually befriend them and have spiritual union with these creatures. Others they would have to hunt down and unalive because they were more feral. But it really makes you wonder. Let me know your thoughts about this strange topic in the comments below.
I absolutely love this topic because think about it. If dragons were alive right now, man, everybody would be trying to hunt dragons. You know, if they were flying around, oh, dragon spotted in Florida, dragon spotted in Cali. Do you know how people are nowadays? They are going to try and capture it, put it in a zoo. Can you imagine the ticket prices? Come see a dragon. Man, that thing is going to go crazy.
You know how they say history is his story and that the victor writes the story? Have you thought about that element in regards to the Great Wall of China? Listen to this, because this changes everything.
Hold on. You're telling me the Great Wall of China isn't just long, it's impossible.
Exactly. People say it's 13,000 miles, but they don't really process what that means. That's 4 times the entire U.S. stretched coast to coast, plus another 1,000 miles, and it was started in 220 BC, before Jesus, before most empires even existed. That's the point.
But how does an ancient civilization build something that massive without modern machines?
It took over 1,000 years. No empire commits that kind of time unless they're terrified of something. And here's the part nobody talks about. The steep defensive side, the battlements, they're facing China, not the outside.
So the wall wasn't built to keep people out.
It was built to keep something in, and some researchers even claim it may not be Chinese at all, but a leftover structure from the old Tartarian Empire. If that's true, then you have to ask yourself, what were they trying to contain?
Okay, so you can fact check this for yourself through imaging and compassing. The defensive side of the Great Wall of China is pointed to inside of China. So to me, that either means they're trying to keep something in, okay, or that it was an empire on the outside of China that built the wall to defend against the inside of China. Or maybe, so that would indicate actually, it wasn't likely Chinese people who lived in China who built this wall with defensive systems and battlements and armaments pointed into China. It's just a bit strange. Now, all I'm saying is we've been lied to about so much. We get lied to in the news about what happened last week. Is it such a stretch, woo, to think we've been lied to about something that happened thousands of years ago? I don't think so. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
Just what type of monstrosities were they just trying to defend themselves against? We all seen the movie with Matt Damon, Great Wall. Were they trying to tell us something? I gotta show you guys this. Fire Marshal Bill, let me show you something. Great Wall. I think the actor was Matt Damon. Yeah. If you haven't seen this movie, it's basically literally what we just were watching, and this is what they had to defend themselves against. You see these monsters? These were the monsters that the Great Wall was literally defending themselves with. That would be terrifying. You got soldiers jumping into the giant crowds of these. I'm not going to ruin the movie for you. If you haven't seen it, I definitely suggest watching it. It's extremely interesting, especially after hearing what we just discovered, you know. But if you see this, let me get a good picture. If you see these, this is how many of these monsters to the right of us. That's how many of these monsters right here there are. Let me go back. Yeah, right here. They all look like this, and they're extremely powerful. Like, one of these monsters, it takes like 15, 20 soldiers, and it's rare that they can actually get one subdued. So the fact that they're fighting thousands of them, you know, it makes they trying to stay away. Archery, you know, they trying to keep these things in, you know. They show us the truth in front of our faces all the time. What was that movie where they wearing the glasses? I still got to see They Live or something. You know, when he puts the glasses down, he doesn't see it. But when he puts them up, they see it. They're trying to tell us stuff in these movies. Could there be some type of correlation here with these monsters and the Great Wall, them lying to us? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And put down some more movies that you recommend in the comments so we got some good stuff to watch. All right, this next clip is in Russian or France. I'm not too sure, but something is popping off. Let's take a closer look. He's laughing. He has no idea what he's witnessing. That is absolutely... Listen to the sound. I have no idea what that is. Lightning strike? I couldn't tell you. Let's see what the comments say. Pretty sure that was an EMP test. Wow. 1% pulse from an energy. Take it from an old artilleryman. That was a different kind of energy. Maybe direct. We are all laughing, but this is genuinely terrifying. To pull this out of a box of Velveeta 11/5/25. Wow, this wasn't too long ago.
In it. I opened the box, and this is in it. And it has some very KKK. I opened the box, and this is in it. And it has some very KKK's cross. This was in my box of Velveeta.
So I'll admit, when I first saw that video, I took it with a grain of salt. But upon doing some further research, this is something that's happening very frequently. So all across Pennsylvania for the past few months, people have been finding these bizarre, cryptic, conspiracy-laden notes packaged with their food or other home good items. Someone found one of these notes in a Velveeta box. The person at the beginning found theirs in a Velveeta box. And they've been found in dog food containers, pasta, cake mix, candy, and cookies. Whoever's putting these notes in these boxes has access to a lot of food. Now, obviously, whatever this person is putting on these notes is coded in some way. I haven't really found anybody that's been able to decipher what this note actually means, but it's incredibly offensive and incredibly bizarre, making references to a number of disturbing topics. It really is a mystery. Who has access to this much food? Who's bringing these notes in and who's putting them in boxes? Obviously, whatever this person has tried to do by spreading this message has worked because their message is now blasted all over social media, whatever that message is. But I really hope that they can find...
I opened the box.
Has this happened to you guys? The first thing that comes to mind when I'm seeing these disturbing words on inside food is they did a test where, you know, you can write positive affirmations on like rice. I forgot the name. It was a scientist or a doctor that did it, allegedly. And he put like love, happiness, all different types of stuff on the rice. And the rice was able to stay fresher longer because of the positive affirmations, kind of like praying over your food. But when he put like evil, hate, different types of things on the rice, when they put it in the refrigerator, it started to rot way faster than it normally would. So taking that into consideration, looking at these disturbing notes inside the already processed food, it's like they trying to buff the diabolical enhancements that they're putting into our food, you know? So it's like, why? If you guys experience this, drop it in the comments below. I'm interested. Whenever I check my next hamburger helper, I'm going to pull it out and see lasagna hamburger helper. See, the secret for you really shouldn't be eating it, but if you happen to, you want to drop a can of tomato sauce in the lasagna hamburger helper, and that kind of like sets it off a little bit, makes it taste a lot better. But you shouldn't be eating it. You should be buying your own noodles and making your own from scratch. But if you just happen to have one, I would say put a can of tomato sauce in it to really make it pop. With some garlic bread, of course. Imagine this at 3 a.m. before bed. Wow, that is actually pretty cool. That reminds me like looking out of Hogwarts or something. Like you couldn't tell if it was in a movie or if it's real life, because that looks like a scene from a movie. I would do this. I already love snow as it is. Have a sleep timer on it so it goes off at like 3 a.m. when you sleep, or 4 a.m. I love it. I'll put some dragons flying in the back or something. That would be cool. Alright, this is some type of disturbing footage of Dante's Inferno, and we have the illustration, I guess, coming to life. It looks like he's devouring something. This is crazy. Oh wow. You can see the souls flying, the three-headed lion. You got feet kicking up from underground. Oh my goodness, how disturbing. I want nothing to do with this. Cleaning out a shed from the last tenant.
What is this? Don't open that.
That's a diary.
Huh? Don't open that. Don't open that. I ain't gonna lie, I do look a little. The fuck? Sloppy. It's locked for a reason.
Hey, they didn't take no chances. I like them. That was smart. Y'all ain't about to put no Egyptian curse out on us or something. Breaking the cycle means you will be scrutinized, hated on, and judged. I'm surprised I read that word. Scrutinized. That's the first time I read that. I know I'll be butchering words on here, y'all. I apologize. I'm doing my best. All right. We're looking at the animation. Oh, yeah. They're just happily walking. Oh, here. Guys, I found a path. We can make it. Check this out, guys. Follow me. We got this. Man, are you kidding me? Why would you do that? Don't you see you're gonna fall in the ditch? Look at them, all mad. The blind leading the blind, they will surely fall into a what? This is a perfect example of it. The eyes are useless when the mind is blind. And when the blind is leading the blind, they what? They what? Show them what happens.
So when they're illuminated by just a regular light, you can see they're spinning backwards really, really fast. Turn your flashlight off. But with a strobe, you can see they come alive. Now, that's the exact same motion, just illuminated with about 10 flashes per second. All right, turn your flashlight back on. But when I take the strobe out and light them up, you can see that that's not the motion. They're going backwards.
It's a pretty unique Halloween decoration, even though, you know, I really don't celebrate Halloween like that. But it's some people going all out, a gymnasium swinging. This is a bull from Jafar Badi Buffalo. Jafar Badi, however you say it, is a breed of water buffalo originating from Gujarat, India. They are among the largest among Indian buffalo. This thing does not look real. Look at how crazy it is. It can barely open its eyes. How can it see? You know, when I see certain creatures like this, if this is a real creature and not AI generated, when I see stuff like this, I kind of think this is like crossbreeding going wrong, like years down the gap or something, like some type of genetic experiment gone wrong. You know, that's just the first thing that's coming to mind. There's no way this is natural. Like this buffalo couldn't see at all, if you ask me. How can it survive in the wild? You guys, tell me your thoughts below. I could be tripping, but that's just the first thing that comes to my mind. That's my reaction to it.
My name is Brian, and I'm going to show you my report card.
Brian, let's go, man. What grade are you in?
7th.
You in 7th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brian in 7th grade. This is the second marking period?
Yeah.
So, guys, listen. I want to check his second marking period and then his third marking period. So, if he improves, I want to surprise him with something other than just to take whatever he wants, all right? So right now he got a 75 and he's failing gem. And all his grades is not all that, but let's see his third marking period. Let's check your third marking period, Brian.
I have an 85.
Let's go. You see, guys, you see that? He improved from 75 to 85. And in gym, he went to a 93. You see that? He improved. So, Brian, for improving, I have something called the most improved kids, right? But since you improved your grades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since you improved your grades from second marking period to third marking period, you get something too. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get $100 too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you get to grab whatever you want. Go ahead, grab it. Let's go, Brian. Let's go. Yo, he improved in his grades, all of his grades, especially gym. He went from 60s to 90s.
He grabbed straight groceries. This is a serious young man. You see all the snacks behind, yodels, ring-a-dings. He could have grabbed whatever he wanted. He said, no, we need groceries. This is a serious young man. I could feel the water coming behind my eyes.
90s. That's all you want. Keep going, man. Grab whatever you want. Let's go, Brian. Let's go.
I can get this for my mom for Mother's Day.
For Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Of course, man. Oh, man, that's nice, man. You want to give her that for Mother's Day?
Yeah.
You know what? I sell these, right? And you give her this too for Mother's Day. I sell these for $35, but I got you, all right? I'll pay for it for you. All right? I got you.
Where my shit at?
Oh, that's all you want? You sure?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna give you a bag, right? And you're gonna put it in the bag. Listen, like I said, get that 90 plus average, you heard?
Thank you. Thank you, Allah.
You're welcome.
Hi, Allah. My name is Bryant.
Man, I love that. I'm trying to end on a positive message, but man, I love that. He's gonna be all right. I'm gonna tell you right now, that young man, he's gonna be all right. There's certain things you cannot teach in life, and he's got it.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
That is insane. I wonder how fast this thing goes. That is absolutely insane. I never seen nothing like that in my life. Wow. Talk about going hyper mode. Tony Hawk's 900 skateboard from the 1999 X Games has been sold for more than $1 million. And among that, Julian's auction says it's record breaking.
Tony Hawk selling one of his iconic skateboards for more than $1 million. That is the most anyone has ever paid for skateboarding memorabilia. You're looking at the 900 board right there. Hawk was the first person to ever land the 900 trick involving 2.5 mid-air revolutions. Tony Hawk selling one of his iconic...
I was always more of a Rodney Mullins fan because, he used to get busy on the ground. He didn't need a ramp or nothing. And he had that dark slide where he slid on the back of his skateboard. That was always so cool to me playing the game. But Tony Hawk 900, man, that was my game. I remember growing up, that was a pretty big deal. But for $1 million, that's crazy. I'd like to see it in a museum or something, but man, what are they going to do with that? They just going to hang it on the wall? Like, yeah, you remember when Tony Hawk hit the 900? There it is. That was a skateboard right there. But all right, let's move on. Keep doing, what are you going to do with it? You going to try doing a 900 yourself? I'm not mad at you, man. That's all we got for today's video. If you made it this far, go ahead and drop Dolphins for the code word. The code word for today is Dolphins. When you do that, that lets me know your family, you made it all the way through the video and you really rock with your boy. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm working on something massive and it's coming soon, guys.